Live.
How are you,
Good.
Doc?
I am fantastic. How are you, Queenie?
You know what? When it's Monday, it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood for me, for sure. What's
I know
happening
it's
in
your
your
favorite day.
world? It is, I know. And you're getting better, right?
I'm getting
Monday's
better.
not
I'm
so awful.
slowly getting there. I'm just ready to throw my computer out the window, but
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
I love technology. So we'll forewarn everybody. Hopefully we won't pop off here.
Yeah.
But
When
hey,
it's
Queenie,
cyber technology, it's always fun, that's for
yes.
sure. You've got a
I
new
don't,
look going on there,
I was
sister.
just about to say, did you notice something different?
Yes, I did. Wow. Look at you being all kicky.
So yeah, I got all my hair chopped off. I'm starting all over. I
Starting
think,
over
I
is a
don't
great
know.
thing. Yeah, that
It's
is
been
interesting.
it's been at
How
least
fun.
been at least 10 years since I had my hair short. And I'm like, it took me like 2 seconds to wash my hair. And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I bet. And all the work that you had always said that you have to this with your hair and that with your hair. And I'm like,
it would take
that's
me
not a good fit for
20
me.
minutes to wash my hair. And that was wash and then condition and all that.
Oh
20
my
minutes.
goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's not a good fit for me. I'm sure it works lovely for some people, but oh my gosh, this has been way too easy for too many years. And I don't ever see myself going back, but you look super cute. And
Thank you.
it looks like a power cut.
It is a power hair. And actually, my daughter actually said, "You've got Queenie hair." And I said, "Well, almost. It's got the little, thing there, and I'm still working with it. I'm not used to having my hair in my face. See, can you tell?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah. That's all you have to do is shove it back and it'll go away. But that is
So,
super cute. I love that. What else did you do this weekend besides get a haircut?
I did a whole bunch of planning for the community garden coming up. And what else did I do?
You
I did
told
a little bit
me
of
what the measurements are for such a thing as an acre. Can you share that, por favor? That sounds like holy moly.
208 feet by 208 feet.
And you're sure it's not yards?
No, my husband said 208 feet. I had him look it up because I was too lazy to.
Okay.
But we're going to be doing, I'm having somebody till it for us. I'm not sure how many rows that will be, but I have to kind of transfer my thought process to
Huh?
more seeds than just, one little packet's not going to do it.
Yeah.
So,
You darn, that little 23-cent packet from Walmart doesn't work anymore,
yeah,
huh?
yeah, if it was 23 cents, I could probably go out and get some, but no. No, and actually, one of the people the folks that donated it, they want corn. And they talked about where they got it and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I
And
guess that
so I
means you're
said,
having corn, right?
yeah, we're having corn. And I said, why don't you buy about 300 seeds? So they went out and bought it, and they were showing me the package yesterday. And I held it up and I said, think about this. Each seed is 2 to 3 ears of corn. So we'll see what happens.
Wow. Now that's the part that I love, is to say this little seed turns out to be this much prolific. And it's just, that really is fascinating. I love that.
So Queenie.
Oh, wait a second. You're not getting off this easy. I happen to know that there was a certain preacher yesterday at a certain location called Compass Ministries, and that certain preacher is on this call. So what's up there, Rev Doc 7? No,
I can't get out of it. I can't even squeeze out of it. I can't even run.
you can't.
It
No
would
place to
look
go,
good.
sister. Yeah.
No,
Congratulations. That's very nice.
thank you. I was talking about gardening and seeds, and we talked about the mustard seed and how that, it's all over scripture and faith and all of that. So yeah,
I put your video on Doc and Queenie, but you mentioned a few very interesting facts about a mustard seed. Yes. I have a mustard seed by my bed with that scripture verse written around it in a clear glass. And I keep that to remember. You just need this teensy to move mountains. And then you actually embellished as far as the rest of the story of the mustard seed. Can you share just a couple of those fascinating tips? Because I really did. I thought those were amazing.
Well, I always like to research stuff. So, me and my little research. And I found out that in a mustard seed, there's 26 grams of protein.
So if anybody needs protein, just suck a mustard seed, right? And then you got it down.
I guess, and I don't, I don't know, understand enough, and I will have to check that out because I always like to learn little weird stuff. But How come there aren't at least 26 grams of protein in mustard? But the second condiment in the United States is mustard, yellow mustard. It takes 1,000 mustard seeds to make an 8-ounce bottle of mustard. So, and the highest producers of mustard seed are Nepal, Pakistan, and India. So, yeah, but it's pretty cool.
It was very cool. And the sermon, the way you wrapped it up as far as the ministry piece and the mustard seed for us and the faith component really was awesome. If any of you that are joining us today have not heard Doc's sermon from yesterday at Compass Ministries, it is on our Doc and Queenie Facebook page. So please consider, because I shared the video onto that page while it was live streaming. So please take a listen, because it really was impactful. And we're super duper proud of you, Doc. They don't call you Doc, they call you Laura, which is funny, but okay.
Yeah. Well, you know, they kind of Dr. Laura, Miss Laura, Doc. Yeah. I mean, they're not there yet.
Not there yet. All right. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Okay, so you have to work with me here, and you know, I talked about technical difficulties. You know, it is a test of patience, so I was unable to have all of the backgrounds that I wanted to. But today's word of the day, because we're going to do a little shift, is, and I know it's your favorite word because you do it all the time, Queenie. The word of the day. Can you take a guess? I'm going to give you one guess.
My word of the day maybe could be happy, or edification, or networking.
It's edification.
Okay.
So of course I had this beautiful background, and maybe it'll come, you know, I was emailing myself. What I do is, my habit is I email pictures to myself and then I download them and blah, blah, blah. The emails aren't working. So I'm like, I've got 4 or 5 pictures out in oblivion, wherever those go. So
I think go to oblivion.
Today's word is edification. So I am going to edify you, and congratulations on your 500th YouTube, which will be this, right? Am I correct?
Yes, this video is my 500th video on my YouTube channel, and I didn't know they keep track, but I guess they do. And so I'm watching, my subscribers are almost to 350, and my YouTube videos, this is 500th right here as soon as I get uploaded. And that is the coolest thing ever. Thank you so much. That is so cool.
And if I could, I'll try and send you the background, but there's no guarantee.
Oh my, it's a wonderful background. Let me guess.
At least I got this done.
It was Canva, right?
That is Canva. Yes. Yes. And I just was having fun.
I will put that on all my Zoom calls this week. So that's super fun. Thank you very much. And I mean, can you even imagine 24 videos, I think, and I was doing networking videos when I would do a gig at a chamber of commerce or something. I always took a video of the audience, because obviously to me, they're way more important than I am as far as the being there and attending and participating in your chamber of commerce and all that stuff. So I always loaded the video of them, and then I hashtag whatever their chamber hashtag was. So I really did. I had 20, 30, 40, 50. And then all of a sudden, the pandemic, of course. And so all the training videos, all the networking videos, my books, all that stuff. And I didn't think YouTube necessarily, I mean, I wouldn't have thought to even pay attention to how many videos you have. And this is 500. So I can't wait to have Doc and Queenie do the 500th video on my channel. So this is awesome.
Well, congratulations. I wish I had I even had the Doc and Queenie word of the day. I had the word edification. Yeah, it's lost in cyberspace.
Oh my gosh.
It's lost. I'm
gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yeah, it's just going to inspire me to go outside and leave my computer.
Oh yeah, it's not a cyber day, it's a garden day.
Yes, even though it's like 30 something degrees out.
Oh my gosh, I saw that.
It's 45 right now. It's still a little bit heavy.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, you know, talking about edification, how many times have we been in a meeting, a networking thing where, you know, you see some people do it, some people don't. I guess that's that part that you have to continually, you know, like oiling the squeaky wheel. You got to keep practicing if you're not an edifier. Because I know for you, it's second nature. I mean, you don't think twice about not, you know, I mean, I've never seen you not edify somebody. And
I appreciate that 1,000,000%. That's actually the chapter in one of my networking books, but I have heard people say you edify people all the time. And I guess I never put two and two together until I was in a coaching class and I was challenged to take the spiritual gifts test. I didn't know what the spiritual gifts was as far as the spiritualgifts.com. And you literally take a test, and it's almost like a personality sales training test kind of thing. And so spiritualgifts.com, I can do that. And so I took it, and I didn't know what to expect from it. But your spiritual gifts are like in you, like received. And my three were faith, administration, and exhortation. So the faith part, big duh, that was no surprise. Administration, hello, B, blueprint with my bank system that I use for my my business. And that is very organized, methodical. I can do anything behind the scenes kind of deal. And then the exhortation, I had to actually look up for synonyms as far as exhort to me is like, you know, that kind of grandiose deal. And that didn't resonate. So when I did the exhortation piece, what do you suppose is a synonym? Edification. Yeah. And I was like, holy moly. And so out of the spiritual gifts, exhortation is my top three. And so it comes innately, like I don't even think of it. And so that probably is why it is not an effort or a struggle for me to get that done.
Well, and it's kind of funny, as I'm out networking, I actually was talking with a gal last week, and what Doc and Queenie loves, well, what we love to do is we do the guest live. And that's another form of edifying others. The lady that I was talking to, she was just like, you let me talk about anything I want? And it's like, yeah. And you'll give me a video to go, yeah. This is to lift you up and to bring attention to you, your business, whatever you want, which it's unheard of, like your Kathy chat. I mean, it's the same type of structure. It's same, you know, and it's funny because people are like, really? Yeah, we're all in this together.
I mean, seriously, isn't that a funny thing? People have said, I'd love to be on your Kathy chat, but I can't afford it. And so I'm always like, right. And I'm always going, I don't know what you've heard, but Kathy chat is free. And they're always like, what? And I say, yeah, you know, provided cyber works correctly, which is not always a given. But if the cyber thing works correctly, when we're finished with 15 or 20 minutes of Kathy chat, you get a video and you get an audio file from Anchor, Spotify, podcast, and you can use that wherever you want for your own benefit from a standpoint of your own advertisement. How much does it cost? And I'm like, oh my gosh. Now, isn't it a sad thing, honestly, when you think about that? Somebody wants to be Doc and Queenie Guest Live. How much does it cost? Somebody wants to be Kathy Chat. Are you kidding me? And quite frankly, my business is Kangen water. I don't actually need to do all of, you know, extra things like that. And so it's always interesting to me that people feel there's a catch or a claw or a hook. And that's a funny thing, but I'm super, super glad that your lady that you talked to wants to be on Doc and Queenie.
Yeah. You know, yeah, it's just interesting. It's just interesting, the reactions.
Yeah, it seriously is. I agree with you. That is a, I wouldn't say a hurdle because it's not necessarily difficult, but it's kind of your expectation, or what is that?
Well, and when you look out in the world at successful people, what do? They exalt or edify other people. They do.
Yes.
It's part of, you know, it's like we're all together in this. I don't know why people have to separate things and set themselves apart. I mean, there's some great networking gals out there that are in the same business, and you can see them edifying each other. Why can't we all do that? Why do it, you know, there's enough, I don't know how to say it. There's enough business to go around. There's enough people that will relate to you, that might relate to you and not this other you know, it's that kind of thing. And like we always talk about, if it's meant to be, it will happen.
Oh, absolutely. That's such a beautiful point too. And I've thought about this a lot with my Kangen water business. Actually, I have actually given quote sales to other team members who would be a better chemistry fit for the person who found me. And the reason I've done that, not yay me, just from a standpoint of conversation, questions, technique, style, that whole drill, And it's not a matter of get sales. It's a matter of who is a better fit for your personality to help you with this water. If I train you very this, and this to learn how to work these machines, and you're very, oh, I just want to help the world, that might not be our best chemistry fit. And I've got some folks that would be that way. And so I can't imagine not. It's almost like a reinvent the wheel, square peg, round hole. I really don't choose to do that. And so when people are always surprised by that, they're like, and I said, seriously, take it, enjoy, Merry Christmas. And it's just funny to me that people don't feel that way. And just like in teams, if you have an organization, you work in a bank, is it going to kill you to edify the CEO, the president, or for the CEO or the president to edify the teller right in front of the client? And I just never kind of understood why it hurts.
Is that an insecurity thing, you think, that people won't do that? Do you think that's an insecurity? I know I'm throwing a different twist.
Yeah, that is a different twist for sure. And sometimes people feel that if they give something to someone else, they're going to lose out, I guess. And that is always a little bit hard for me to deal with also, because I don't feel that way. I feel the more you give, the massive more you get. You can't outgive God, and the blessings shower so hard. Sometimes they're bashing your little head on your cute little hair, but it's back to that same thing. I don't feel that edifying someone else is going to hurt you or lessen your something. And maybe maybe that's insecurity. I don't know, but
that just popped into my head as a question.
I don't know. I guess it would be individual. Maybe someone would be too insecure to give a testimonial we talked about, I did a posting party earlier this morning for another Chamber of Commerce. And that was one of the things that we actually talked about is the recommendations on LinkedIn. And you could almost feel the pullback with these folks. I'm going to recommend somebody on LinkedIn. And my brain went, oh my gosh, these folks haven't done that before. But then I showed them the efficacy from a standpoint of, you recommend someone on LinkedIn, duh. Who's the top recommender on their page now? Hello. People go find them on LinkedIn, check out who's recommended them to see what kind of person they are. And your name pops up. They've never heard of you before. They click on your post, on your recommendation, and they connect with you. That doesn't sound like a insecurity thing to me. That sounds like smart networking.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was really surprised by that. And this caliber of folks, that there was just kind of a pullback. I ain't recommending.
Well, and that's that other thing, like the edification, people aren't edifying as much. And then you also see they're not, like that pullback, they're not willing to make a recommendation.
Right. And I just thought, holy moly. And so I went to several people who had recommended me. So of course I said, oh, let's find out who this is. So I click on whoever name it is, go over there. Who's the top recommender on her page? Moi. And I went, see how this whole algorithm thing works? And they were kind of like, huh. And so you kind of have to turn the light bulb on sometimes, but to be insecure about recommending or edifying, I'll have to ponder that one, Doc. That's a rough one. And I guess it could be the deal. If I give away something to you, I'm going to lose. And I don't personally feel that way at all. It goes the other way for me.
Yeah. So just a thought, for conversation.
That's a great word though. Is today Edification Day, or just because you self-proclaimed it?
I self-proclaimed it, knowing that today was your 500.
Oh, well, if Doc says today is Edification Day, my friends, it is official. It is Edification Day.
And I'm not even going to bring up the National Day of, because they were really sad.
Really? Okay.
So
I was actually wondering about that.
Lemon chiffon, and I'm like, my taste has kind of changed. You know me, I'm a sweet tooth, but it's changing. I can't tolerate it much anymore, which is fine, because sugar is not good for you anyways. But
you said lemon chiffon, oh gosh, there's a thing in my head. There used to be a dessert that came in different flavors, and it was a cross between pudding and pudding and Jello, and it was kind of oh gosh, what was that stuff?
As long as there wasn't Jello in there. My mother tried to get. Did your mom do the Jello thing where, I think we talked about this? She would throw fruit in it, but then my mom would add an extra twist. She would take the blender and blend it up. So red Jello, let's not even go there. Yeah. Just, yeah. Cottage cheese and Jello. And
I
that
remember
usually
that. Yeah.
was
I had,
the green, because the green was, well, it was all nasty, but you know, like,
no offense to the Jello folks. I'm sure it's
yeah,
lovely. But
it's
I
just,
had cucumber, cottage cheese,
ugh.
Jello, something else, and it was a like in a casserole dish, and those kind of things were difficult for me even back then. So oh my gosh, yeah, isn't that a funny thing? And I think now if people made those kind of things, and for anyone watching, listening, if that's your deal, then let us know, because maybe if you shared a recipe, we might not feel this way about it. But it's one of those things you grew up with, and now you promise never to touch it again. So yeah, I know someone that did SPAM in a can, and congratulations to that company for being so successful, but sauteed in a pan with scrambled eggs and
Well,
cheese. And
that's it. Don't the Hawaiians use that in a lot of their dishes? In Hawaii, they use that meat.
Well, I don't know the
That's
answer
what
to
that
that,
is.
but
With
Hawaii
pineapple.
pineapple is my thing, but not Hawaii and that stuff. And so, but I remember that completely: saute and then scrambled eggs and then cheese. And that was like a absolute, oh my gosh, glorious thing. I
Remember hash? Remember hash? Did you have hash?
It came in a key that you unscrewed, didn't you? Like there was a
I don't,
key.
I don't remember how it got to the pan, but
but I did, because it was the key, like a metal key that undid.
like the sardine little.
Yeah, and you wound it around, and that's how you open it. It was corned beef hash or something like that. And oh my goodness. And like I say, I think sometimes you either grow up with it and love it for the rest of your life, or you grow up and the second you move out of that house, you're never eating it again. And so I guess it goes both ways. But oh my goodness, lemon chiffon reminded me of that pudding,
Whatever
Jello
that was.
twist, and
It
was
wasn't
just
Boston cream.
no. It wasn't meringue or pudding-esque. It was froth something. Oh my, but whatever it was a common dessert. Like you got it in a box right next to the Jello and all the stuff, because this was a specific thing. And I remember having different
I'll have to look.
Yeah.
I'll have to look next time I'm at the store. So
I can't.
I was just thinking about cottage cheese, not in Jello, but I don't eat a lot of dairy anymore. But my favorite dish, if you call it, with cottage cheese was, we used to put it on top of sliced tomatoes, from the garden.
Oh yeah, I can actually see that.
And you salt and pepper it,
I can see
just
that.
perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I miss that.
That would be that, but that honestly, that would be just a nice light lunch salad kind of thing. I can see that actually. Totally. It sounds like my amount of cooking.
Yes, you have to slice a tomato.
Right. Yeah, I can actually slice a tomato, and I could probably scoop cottage cheese. So I bet I could do that.
But I'm not sure. How about the salt and pepper? Can you do this?
I can do that. I don't know that I would. I own the Himalayan sea salt, pink.
Yes.
Just because I like the pink, but I can't. I don't even know that I would need the salt, because tomatoes for me are quite salty.
Awesome.
Yeah, but that sounds like a fun salad, and we're getting closer to the season when we can start eating like that again. Because I'm telling you what, when I woke up today and it was 28 degrees wind chill with a 32 temperature, I was like, I thought this was March. So yeah, we definitely need March going on here.
We're just kind of waiting. I purchased a whole bunch of broccoli, and I had to do it because I didn't have some. I tried a new seed source this year, and the seeds didn't do well with the seedlings. So I had to go out to my farm guy who does a lot of that stuff. So I purchased some broccoli and cauliflower and cabbage and Swiss chard seedlings. They're all about yay high, and just kind of waiting. We're getting ready for plowing our little 1 acre garden, and then we'll be putting in all of that stuff. I've got 20 broccoli plants right now. I'm not, and I'm not sure because of the amount of space we will have. I'm not totally sure how many we will need, but so
everything depends on the seed source. Is that
well, for the seedlings, I did not. My seedlings did not do well. They grew to a point and then they stopped growing. So
okay, now that's interesting to me. Once they get however big in your little seedling container deal, they stop.
Well, no, they're not supposed to.
Okay.
Yeah, and it could also have been because my seedling where I put my seedlings, I put them in front of the a southern exposure window. But we've had, you know, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot. It could have been that piece.
Oh, okay.
It could have been anything. So yeah, because I do the same habits every year and I've been very successful in the past. And I'm taking a guess. Maybe it was the seeds this year. Who knows? Who knows? That's the joy of gardening. Sometimes you just don't know.
Well, and that's probably my opposite of the love of it, is because there's so many variables. Yeah. When I do a spreadsheet, there ain't no variables. There's an answer. And so that is my DNA. And when you write a book, there's a begin and an end. That's my thing. And so when there's variables, usually and even a recipe, if there is a recipe and here is an A, B, C, D, bam, with no steps, like put this in the fridge for an hour and freeze this overnight, no, I'm out. But if there's a B, C, D and the D makes the finished product and there wasn't any steps of stuff in between, I can probably handle that. But if all of a sudden you do this and you talk about, even when you did the turkey stuff, you talk about brining and doing and spatchcocking and all these things. And I went way too many steps.
That word.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, throw it in the oven, make sure that you turn it on, and then you're good to go. And I need no variables.
But it takes you twice as long to cook your turkey than it does me.
Absolutely. And that's fine with me because it heats the house.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
you got a point there. You got me on that one. I thought I could get you on that. But
yeah, and plus I don't care how long it takes to cook. So that's always an interesting thing to me is the people who can do the variables. And some people love that. That's their thing. If they throw something up, they want to see what's going to happen. I got to know what's going to happen. So that's very interesting. And plus it's such a difference in personality, which I find, as you've talked about for 2 years now, oil and water, it's just incredible. Yeah. My soup, to make homemade soup for me, you open this little thing, tip, tip, tip in boiling water, and I got soup, and you're sitting here chopping and doing and stuff. And that's, yeah, that's awesome. And I think mine's homemade because it ain't coming out of no can, sister. And yours
coming out of a bag. All due respect.
That's all right. I am totally fine with that. That is one of those things. And it just is so funny to me. How long does it take you to make soup? Oh, I think about 8 minutes. I don't know. And you're going, what? So yeah. It's just a difference in people. That's for sure.
Totally. Yeah. I'll have to do, I used to do the dinner at Doc's. I'll have to do that again. We'll have to.
Well, quite frankly, you know what's going to happen with you harvesting from your acre now, since you have more space to do more things. It really is going to be spectacular to see the explosion on your YouTube channel and certainly on your reels for your Instagram. The things that you've been posting, honestly, so many people are finding you now. And I love the fact that your hashtags are being so prolific.
It's, and like we've done on, outside of all of this, we've checked on our little hashtags. I mean, even Doc and Queenie, well, we're the only ones, but it's really cool with the hashtags. It's starting to really take hold. And I remember a conversation you've had with people here and there. Hey, I want to help you with your website. And you're like, well, how did you find me? And they go,
I love that the best.
Yeah.
I get calls and inquiries on my Miracles with Water website. And usually it is a web designer, developer person. And they will say in the text, I would love to help you with your SEO on your website. So if I have answered the call, and sometimes I do just because I feel that maybe they need a little education on this one, and they call and they say, I wanted to help you. I found your water website and I have a few questions. And sometimes I always know by the 855 number that it's not a client. But when I call, sometimes I do. And I always say, after they've given me this whole big pitch, if I need help with my SEO, how did you find me? And they then say, we have a team of researchers, okay, who want to help people with their website. Okay, then how did you find me? So Kangen Water, Kansas City, oh, that might do it. And so it's just interesting to me that they are fishing, pH fishing for clients, and they anticipate this is going to do it. Yep. And promise them the world and all that stuff. So it's just a funny thing to me.
But it just, it proves the whole hashtag. It proves, making sure you've got all of your bases covered, whether it's
Absolutely.
LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and you're on Twitter. I am not, because I don't have the tolerance for Twitter. And who knows what else we'll branch into in the future.
Yeah, I'm actually on Alignable and several things like that. But the main reason I'm on Twitter is certainly for ranking. But quite frankly, there are a lot of Bible scholars on there. And that's who I've been following. Lisa Verholst, John Hagee, Christine Kane, of course. Yes, she is, but also Paula Kane White is on there. Joyce Meyer, of course, and Joel Osteen, those kind of people. And I follow a lot of times on those feeds just to see what is happening in the world and the quantity of people they're getting. And the reason that I do that is depending upon what their post is and the timeliness from a standpoint of what's going on globally, you can see that people are needing prayer or wanting to help, or you can kind of feel the world issues by how their posts go. And so that's kind of the analytical piece of why I do that one. But then Alignable, I do just for socialization. If you guys aren't on Alignable yet, it's just one more way to get you ranked as a platform, because if you Google yourself, your name or your brand or your favorite hashtag, and all of your platforms don't come up, that means one of the platforms that you're using might not have your branding effective as it could be. So, but anyway, Alignable is just a social networking organization, super awesome and super effective, because you can stay small in your demographic, go bigger to your region, or actually if you pay for it, you can go nationwide. So, but I usually don't teach stuff that I pay for, because that's not fair. Not everyone pays for that stuff. Yeah.
So we've talked about edification. We've talked about our social media stuff, talked about your YouTube. The only thing we haven't talked about today, which I like to just reiterate, is the good old ask. What are you going to ask for, Queenie, today? You need more YouTube subscribers, right? Do you have a goal, a number?
Yes, I think I'm almost to 350. So obviously once I get to 350, 400 is my next goal. 10,000 subscribers to my YouTube channel is my goal for 2022. So, I mean, 1,000, pardon me, holy moly, I didn't mean to say that. 1,000 subscribers
you just never know.
To my YouTube channel. Yeah, it could happen. But just to get to 500 videos was the coolest thing, because I wasn't even paying attention. What about you, Doc? After you've hit 10 million on your reels for followers, what's your next number?
I wish. No, I'm trying to build that back. It's like I'm still testing it out on the patterns of it, but my ask is to get my YouTube channel up a little bit more in subscribers. I know I'm in the 30s, and I'm trying to remember if it was 33 or 35, because I haven't been.
Can you get your reels on your YouTube channel? Is that a possibility?
Yes, I can, and then we're going to talk about consistency. If I was consistent, I would get them all on there. They're not all on
okay.
But there's a few.
That's why I was asking, because your reels have done so great. I don't know how to work all that stuff, of course, but if you took your reels to your YouTube channel and put it as a playlist under Instagram Reels, I would think that would cross-pollinate and maybe get you subscribers to your channel from there.
Okay. Yeah, that, and then it's a good example to just show people, what I was kicking actually this around the other day as we were talking about Reels and YouTube, of putting the top 10 on there. It's amazing what the top #1 reel is.
Is it still your lettuce?
No, I was walking through Home Depot, just kind of with my camera on the phone, just doing this. It makes you really dizzy and nauseous. Yeah, that was the one that hit 10,000 views in
oh my God.
3 hours.
And see, if you titled that correctly, and if you hashtag that correctly, as far as effective, and literally put that reel over to your channel, I can't imagine your subscribers wouldn't explode.
And another piece on the Instagram that I'm noticing and learning that makes a difference too is the type of music you attach to it. You think, well, no, but I've been picking the more popular, and they also give you a list of what's popular at the moment. So yeah.
Don't move right now, okay? Just don't move. Everybody, please take a look at Doc's screen if you can and you're not driving, and look at the difference between all that hair that you had and now your cute power hair. That is such a trip. My goodness, entirely different.
Yep. Well, you've never seen me, Queenie, in short hair.
Never. I met you just like that on the screen behind you. So you are correct. Yep. Wow. That is amazing. We are going to definitely have to change our Doc and Queenie pictures.
you know what, we're going to have to update. Yeah, we
Uh,
need a few other fun pictures because, well, if I had those backgrounds that are lost in oblivion today, I wonder if I've got one of them had this on it. That
oh my
was a couple
gosh,
years ago.
that was sunshine.
That was like, oh,
actually,
the sun.
yeah, seriously, the sun is here. I can stay here forever.
But yeah, let's see, there's another one here. No, I don't have our favorite, our kind of crazy when we were fooling around with the I've got this one. This is our first one that we started with.
Oh wow, that's for sure.
We've got a little, actually, I think we both have the little video, the start video to this.
Yes.
Just did a little starter on that one, but
Casey Wolf.
and there's the KC Wolf. That was a little conference we were at. Yeah,
and see, it's just amazing when you think about literally the 2 years of pandemic shutdown and a couple times that we got to be out in public. It really is phenomenal, and thank goodness we got pictures. It's just one of those kind of things. This actually is still in my file. Look at that. Do you remember when you sent me that?
Yeah. Remember this? We did a Doc and Queenie Day. I think that was our first 1 year anniversary. Yes, that'll be coming up.
That's right. We'll have to save that again for August. I think 1st is the date for this one. But it really is amazing to think how so many of our pictures and things like that, it does change. It does evolve, whether you've got a new hairstyle or something, whatever that looks like. It's always nice to be able to let people see what's currently happening. So I do love that.
Well, and Doc and Queenie Live, Guest Live is still currently happening. So, we'll throw that out. That's an ask. I guess we were talking about asks. That's an ask. And then I do believe, I've got the other one. I think you do too. Can't really see it.
Bible trivia.
We've got the Bible trivia. We've got those every Thursday night, and those are fun. I know you and we've talked about, we've learned so much just from
my goodness,
reading the questions and doing it. And we've also, or I should speak for myself, that there are some books in the Old Testament that people's names and places are incredibly difficult as an English speaking American to pronounce, but we're getting there.
We're getting closer.
There is hope.
And sometimes when you wing it,
yeah.
So that
and then we laugh and it's like, no disrespect. Please God, don't smite me.
Yeah, seriously.
Don't pronounce this guy's name. That's a guy, I'm not sure. Yeah,
right. And that's the other thing. And so it's the biblical scholar piece is not necessary, thank goodness. So we'd love to have you join us. Invite your friends. It's just a time for fellowship and community, girl chat with a faith twist. And that's what we're here for, I think. And speaking of, Doc,
it's time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah, look at that picture. I'm sorry. That's another one that, it's just funny.
Yeah, Lisa Fredrickson made that for us. And she's
one of our faithful friends.
Absolutely. She's so talented. Karen, of course, made our fabulous polka dots and our logo. Oh my gosh.
That's some wonderful people that are part of our group. Well, they're all wonderful, but there's a few that stick out that have participated and jumped in with us and are
absolutely so fun.
And we appreciate everybody. So thank you, everyone. It's time for us to say goodbye for this wonderful Monday, the last Monday in March. Can you believe it? We're a few weeks away from Easter. It's crazy. It doesn't feel like it when it's 32 degrees outside. I'm glad I don't have the light chiffon sleeveless dress this year.
Oh gosh, I remember all those little Easter dresses and all that little stuff, and then you got this big horrible winter coat over it.
Because it's kind of like when Halloween as kids, you see the kids with the costumes and then they have to put the jackets over it.
The purpose of cuteness, huh?
So thank you for joining us today for Doc and Queenie Facebook Live at Gotta do it every time. As we were talking about before, we've got our Bible trivia at 7 p.m. on Thursday nights. Or if you would love to, we'd love to have you join us for a guest live spot. It's 15 to 20 minutes. And we just try and everybody, the three of us, meet a schedule and we'll pop on Facebook Live and you can tell the world about your business or whatever you would like to tell us. Take care, everyone. Have a fantastic week. Hopefully we will see you in Bible trivia, but if we do not, we will see you next week. Same time, same place. Thank you, Queenie.
Thank you, Doc. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.